This is the September 11th Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee meeting. We will go right into old business. Our first item is Howl at the Moon. I believe we had close to 200.
66 registered runners and probably another 50 so onlookers. So we had a nice turnout in the park.
I thought we did too. I think again that night we were fighting some weather issues. We didn't know whether there was some rain coming in. I think it held off till a bit later. But all in all, I think out of the 9 that I've been part of, that was one of the best. It's just the whole atmosphere. Heard a lot of good things from the runners, from everyone that was there. Again, very well Box 100. I think it was just a slew of volunteers again, just helping out. So really thought that went well. And again, with some help from the weather, I think it could have been had a few more people. But again, I thought it went really well.
Agreed. And all of the blog sites that are out there have said the same. The Nashville Striders running site, Murfreesboro Pacers, all had positive comments. So I was very pleased with the entire event.
It was pretty nice to walk through the crowd and hear several people say, this is a tradition for us. And they weren't talking to me, they were talking to people around them, and it's like, yay, you know, we're getting on the map, and it's outside of here that people want to come in and do these things with us.
Well, and it's unique, too, in that it's a night race. I mean, there's not very many of those. Now, granted, it introduces a whole another element of logistics that you don't think about with a day race, with the traffic turnover and just the, you know, the addition of darkness, you know, throws a little twist in it. But you know, between police, fire, rescue, Box 100, we had great control on the road. It was safe. In years past, we had just used the one lane of westbound 4170. This year, we opened up the entire westbound lane. So runners felt comfortable in that they didn't have to worry about oncoming traffic and exhaust fumes and whatnot. So we were very pleased. And, again, haven't set a date. I'll have to look and see when the next full moon is. But this one was a blue moon as well. A blue moon's 2 full moons in the same month. That won't happen again for another 2.5 years, I think. So very unique. So we were very happy.
I think having it at night too opens the door for people who otherwise couldn't do this type of thing. I saw a lot of strollers, people with their babies, people that were pregnant with strollers. And then my absolute favorite was, and I think I saw her there last year, a lady with her oxygen tank. And I don't know if that's something she could have done in the heat of the day. And she finished the entire thing. She didn't just do half or just do, she did the entire thing, and I feel really lazy.
That's what's really awesome about it. There was a 7-year-old boy that finished in 26 minutes, which is an awesome time.
Yeah, that's great.
You had people as old as 70, I think, and they were close to it. So I guess it just, anybody and everybody can, you know, whether you're a runner or you want to walk it or whether it's just a fun event. And definitely, if you're interested next year, take part in this. You'll have a great time. All right, we'll move on to our Old Timers Festival and kind of recap a little bit. I don't know if you have any statistics yet or estimations of crowd or just overall.
I think in the peak of Saturday, I want to conservatively probably 6,000 people, maybe as many as 8,000. Definitely through the course of the day on Saturday, we had 8,000 visitors. And then over the 3-day event, probably 8,500 or 900. Sunday typically is a slow day. Friday night, we had the Laverne Smyrna football game to go up against. Saturday, we had UT Florida to go up against. The Tennessee State Fair is still going on. It was the last weekend for that. So we've got some challenges out there. But a lot of it we can't do a whole lot about. The availability of carnivals, just they have a set route that they go along, and if we want to use the carnival that we used this year, we'll have to keep the same date or move it forward a week. We kind of wanted to look at pushing it back into October, a little bit cooler. Typically, October is a drier month, but we'll maybe have to shop some carnivals to see what's available out there, and see. You know, historically, of late, it's always been the 3rd weekend in September. Years prior, it had been in October, but they came across some cold weather one year and kind of killed it, and they made the the decision to move it back into September. So I don't know that we're locked into the third weekend in September. I do know that that's always the Tennessee-Florida game, and here lately it's always been the Smyrna-Laverne, and next year it would be back in Laverne then, so we'd be going up against that. So we got some things to look at to see, you know, again, to maximize our numbers, but I was, again, very pleased with the turnout. Weather was kind enough to hold off one day, because this rain would have just killed us if it would have come in over the weekend. Again, my hats off. Box 100 took care of the rehab for all the people that were involved. PD, fire, Fred Gaston from HR, and the parking detail. But I got to tell you, my hats off to the Parks and Rec guys. They tore it up. We're 10 men deep, and everything from porta potties to stages to entertainment to parking detail to putting out the little fires, and we were all over it. And I can't thank them enough for making the city look good, making me look good as the department head, and all of us. So again, to AC and all the guys, I'm just so thankful. And then Donna, at the senior tent, they raised $1,100, selling their baked goods and some handcrafts that they had made over the course of the year. Little cell phone, hand knitted cell phone holders and toboggan caps, but the fried pies were a big hit.
Yes, I know. The man in front of me
They
bought the
ran-
last 4.
They ran out in 2.5 hours.
Wow, that
Yep.
is,
Yeah, Donna had
that
told
is
me
fast.
through Saturday they had made more money than they did all of last year. So anything they made Sunday was just going to be over and above. So she was really thrilled. Just my point of view is to touch on a few things. This is an event that I think every year we're going to try to get better. It's going to evolve. We're going to look at things we did right, things we could do better, maybe new ideas, bring in new, whether we go a different route with restaurants or crafters or whatever. But we want it to be where, again, it's something that everybody in the city can enjoy, whether it's the kids, whether it's the seniors, and everybody in between. And we'll keep working. And again, we put out another quality event, and again, it showed the passion that people put into it. Yes, I mean, I think I try to tell you all the time, the Parks and Rec really steps up every time. All the guys for years have always done the job, but it was more than that. There were a lot of other city volunteers, whether you go to the pageant with the girls from water billing or just throughout the day, there was a ton of people there just helping out. So really great event. Thank you for everyone that came out, and we'll do it again next year, and it'll be new and improved. So
I think you both said just about everything that I was going to say. Everybody did an amazing job. I love seeing everybody come out and enjoy the things that we do, but even more so, I love seeing everyone in the city work as a team to put this on for the people that live here. No matter what it is, we all come together as a team, and like you said, your guys at Parks and Rec, those poor guys never stopped moving, never. I mean, I'm surprised they came to work today. I'd be at home passed out, but they helped the vendors. They helped the people that were also there volunteering. They helped the people that were there enjoying the things. I mean, it was really, really nice to see everybody there working as a team.
I agree.
Well, and we talked to each of the vendors too to get their feedback, everything from layout to timing and all of them did well. Moon's Barbecue sold more barbecue, sold out by 2 o'clock on Saturday, sold more barbecue in 5 hours than he did the entire weekend last year. The roasted corn guy ran out of roasted corn, had to send his brother back up to Ohio to get it. There was another one there, the hot dog guy, he was running low come Sunday morning. So again, all the vendors did well. I'm sure there's some improvements we can make, but we'll never get it perfect, but that's good. We've always got something to raise the bar a little bit more.
Sure.
Next year we'll get a little bit better, and maybe the Tennessee State Fair will have to move off of our date
Yeah.
next couple of years. But
I'm going to jump in one more time, though. What you said, though, this event is really for us, and it's celebrating the city and celebrating Laverne, and we've said it for several times the last couple of years, but forever we've had to leave here and go to Nashville for the state fair or to Lebanon for the Wilson County Fair. We're starting to put something here that, again, it's going to be, not that it already wasn't a tradition, but it's going to be, we're improving upon it, and it's something you can celebrate here in your own town. So again, I thank you all, everyone that put the time in, and it was a great event. But guys, did you have anything you want to?
I didn't get to come. No, I was out of town. So.
Okay.
No, you guys really covered it all.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, I'll
I was going to say the parade is always my favorite part, and it was fabulous this year. And I actually got to be at the beginning of where they come out. You know, I got to pull people out and get them moving, and I have never seen so many smiling, happy people. And you know, I love those Shriners. I thought that was really, really great. Everybody that come out of there was so excited. You know, I just, we're getting bigger and better every year, and thank you very much.
I'm going to say one more thing. I just thought of something else. The pageants I thought were great. A week earlier they did the older girls at Laverne High School. I thought it was terrific. But yesterday we did the babies, and for the very first time we did the baby show, which beautiful babies, beautiful outfits, great families out there. That tent was packed, and we had 41 entrants for the very first time for the baby show. So that was really the mayor, Kathy Tyson, Laura, Tammy Sullivan, Harley, Missy Riggert, all of them did a great job. And I know I'm forgetting someone here, so please forgive me for that. But I thought that was another great part of the whole weekend. So, on a side note here, just something we wanted to make a mention of here that we've been talking a little bit among the board and also with Jeff. 2 years ago, PR took over the chairmanship of Old Timers Festival, and this year went back to Parks and Rec. But the one thing we're seeing is that it is a multi-departmental function. I mean, Public Works, PD, obviously. What we thought would make it go a little bit smoother would be if the chairman of Parks and Rec, whoever that may be, will kind of chair Old Timers Festival. That way you have one person that's kind of the liaison between all the different departments. It may help it go smoother. It's not anything for or against anybody that's done it in the past. It's just we thought it may help the departments work together smoothly and put on a better show.
And I'm sure it takes a load off of Parks and Rec director, because you still have to do the day-to-day things as well as plan something this huge. So I think that will be quite the load off of you and onto you, or whoever may sit in this seat. I'll make sure to bring Tylenol when the planning starts again.
Well, whoever it is, I'm sure they'll do a great job, and looking forward to starting the planning for next year. So we'll move on into new business. Next event will be October 27th, which is the Trail of Treats. 2 to 4 in the afternoon will be the actual walk around there.
Correct.
You want to expand on that a little bit for us?
It's just an opportunity for local businesses, civic organizations, just to come out and set up. We ask that you bring enough candy for about 1,500, 2,000 kids. We don't charge a booth fee because you're going to incur that cost of that much candy for that many kids, but set up the same basic layout that Old Timers Festival was, just on the walking trail. And it's just a great opportunity to come out and businesses to showcase their businesses and people to get to see the park again and excuse me, and dress up and do the trick-or-treating. If you're one of those people that doesn't like to go out on Halloween night because you've got small kids, at least you've got the opportunity then in a safe environment, stroller friendly. And again, it's another thing that we started about 10 years ago that just keeps getting bigger and better every year.
I agree. There's been I don't know if we've ever got an accurate count there either, but I want to say the last couple of years, just 3,000 to 5,000 people easy. I know they were backed up just to get into the park all the way back to Stones River one year, so it was very well attended as well. So
We might need to be changing our information about how much candy they need to actually buy.
That's true.
Right.
For it to keep getting so big. At some point, can we maybe infiltrate a costume contest. 'Cause last year I saw some that
Really
were
good ones.
so original. It's not your typical, you know, Dora or
Sure.
Toy Story. And at some point, I want to see if we can't get that off the ground. Because man, I saw some. I had to take pictures. They were just so cute and something you had never seen before. So.
Sure.
We can do that this year for sure. I mean, we got
Great idea.
enough time to plan for that. That'll be great.
You know, and just maybe like a really nice little trick-or-treat basket kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think we have to go over the top because they're already getting lots of things
Sure.
for the dentist to not like us for.
Mhm.
Good deal.
That's a great idea.
Are we going to, we were talking at our workshop about potentially a movie or anything, or whatever, was there any more
The
thoughts?
movie company that I dealt with last time is not available on the 27th.
Okay.
If we wanted to do something, we could do it the Friday before on the 26th. Again, that's contingent upon, I guess, the football schedules and whatnot. We'll have to take a look at that
Yep.
and see. But we have talked before doing something for the older set, you know, the 12, 13, 14-year-olds, somewheres in there. And we even threw around maybe like a zombie walk or something like that to do. Again, this whole idea is still in its infancy, so we're really not prepared to speak to it right now, but we'd like to do something for that age group, even if it's a DJ and just a costume contest for them or something to separate the younger children from the teenage kids. But
Yeah, I think that would be great. The movie that we had a month or so ago, we see some potential there, and I think obviously with Halloween, there's limited things we could do. I think, Laura, you brought up the haunted house or haunted woods or something, so that would be great if we could try to
Yeah,
look
because
into
that's
that.
something else you have to go somewhere else for. We
Right.
did have the Haunted Woods here at one time, and I know because it was in my neighborhood, and I didn't like it. Now, kids are older, they don't have to go to bed so early, and, you know, now, that maybe isn't where it was. It maybe not a great location because there's so many homes around it, but I do want to look into something for not just the older kids, but for adults. So you don't have to go to Antioch or Smyrna or Murfreesboro or wherever you go for those haunted things that I'm terrified of. But, you know, or, you know, even like a corn maze. Just, I want to add a little more to what we do.
we're not planting corn on the football field.
No, no, just, you know, like some type of
Sure.
maze, something for the older set. It doesn't matter, you know, specifically. I'm not saying, oh, I want to do this. Just I want to throw some ideas out there so that next year we do include the older groups or even adults. You know, I mean, some people have Halloween parties and, you know, some don't. So let's throw one for them.
Agree. You guys, anything else?
No, it's a great idea.
All right. Move into number 2, Jeff, if you wouldn't mind giving us an update. I think we've had
Okay.
some progress on the Cheney Road and Fergus Road sidewalk project.
Both of those projects are underway. Fergus has just come along. We're basically waiting for that fabricated bridge to come into place and finish it off. The paving from Heritage Valley, is that east? Is that road? It's Heritage Valley
think so.
East, all the way up to the Tiger Mart there. The sidewalk is in. It's not open for pedestrian or bicycle traffic yet, but it's there. They got some finishing up to do as far as you know, the water lines and sewer and drainage and whatnot. But the actual cement has been poured. Again, waiting on that bridge, and their estimated completion date, according to the contract, was mid-November. But with the pace that they're going now, I would expect that we would be done, you know, in October, barring any weather
Right.
or, you know, things of that nature. And then Cheney Road is coming along too. Not quite as quickly as that one, but it's a longer stretch. Their work hours are affected because of the school with the opening and closing times. They've been instructed not to close the road down to one lane when kids are coming to or going from school. So they've got some challenges there that they have to deal with, but they're moving along. A lot of the dirt work is already started all the way down to Old Nashville Highway. And then the third project, which is the Safe Routes to School, is still at the state. We're waiting on guidance from them, but that's where we're at with that.
All right. And I believe there's also some new info on the Hurricane Creek Greenway.
We did get a letter from the state giving us the permission to move on to the next step, which is the right-of-way acquisition, so we can go and those properties that are along our Greenway route, we can approach those landowners now or the Corps of Engineers and negotiate with them for purchase, easement, lease, whatever we have to do for that property to have our Greenway go through there. So we've got that letter. That's a huge step. I would expect that we could see some movement on that, physical movement. I mean, as far as moving dirt, April, May, June, it would be probably a fair assessment.
Okay, good deal. Move into item number 4, the kickball tournament. Something that Parks and Rec has held for about 10 years. We tried last year, and for whatever reason, one of the first times it didn't make. But maybe this year we're going to try it again with second Saturday in November.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's any reason why this can't make. This is more for the adults. It's 18 and above.
This is an adult co-ed.
Co-ed, and at least 3 girls have to be on it, 3 women, and it's a lot of fun. You'll be very sore afterwards, but it is a lot of fun. And I think at one time we had upwards of 9-10 teams, and I think in some of the surrounding areas they're having. I've seen them have tournaments. I know they've had some leagues as well. There was already a spring league, and now they're working on a summer league right now. So potentially we can reach out to some of those teams and get them in here. But I'd like to see that happen again this year. The next issue or next item is Park. Just wanted to make a mention here that Parks and Rec does have a position open. It is a labor position. You want to address that a little bit?
When Aaron left in the spring, we decided not to fill that position right away. That we could make it through the summer. It's kind of a cost saving measure, and look real hard at the applicants. Maybe get somebody that was one of our summer seasonals. See if that might be one of the people that we want to look at. We've got that position open until Friday. I believe the first round of interviews is actually Friday morning. We've got 3 interviews scheduled, so we're excited to put that position back on the board and get somebody in here where we can, get them trained up. Our department, we work 4-10s and move some folks onto the weekends, and that's always a tough position to fill, because if a guy's working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's kind of a tough sell. But if they know coming in when they sit down at the interview that that's what they'll be doing, fair enough.
I want to reiterate what you said. This isn't a new position we're creating. This is one that has been vacant, and we just have decided not to.
Aaron Simmons was employed as a landscape and turf specialist, and we just felt that we could absorb that actual job description with our laborers, because while there is a certain degree of expert knowledge that goes with it, we've been able to self-teach or outsource or whatever it takes to get it done. And so far we've been fortunate that we've got good contacts of people that if we don't know the answer or can't fix it, we know who to call to make that happen. So it's worked out well.
How can people apply? Online? I think we have a new.
Now they've got the new NeoGov process in place. It's all electronic. There are no longer any paper applications that you pick up from City Hall. You just get on the website and go to the Human Resources section and follow the links to the NeoGov application site, and then that generates a report that Fred and myself and AC can look at and look at the qualified applicants. And it's really a neat system, and Fred's worked hard on getting that up to just streamline the whole process.
Very good. All right, we'll move on to our last event of the year. It's a little further down the road, but we are starting to plan for it now, and it'll be our Parade of Lights, which will be our Christmas parade, and December 2nd?
First Saturday.
First Saturday.
Whichever that is. I think it's December the 2nd.
Okay. what are we looking for there, Jeff? What's our theme this year?
The theme for Old Timers was Remember When, so maybe to tie it all in together, we'll go Christmas is Past or something like that, just to have like a traditional Christmas flair to it. And that parade will start at Veterans and basically run the reverse route that the Old Timers parade runs. It makes it a whole lot easier for us because it's a straight shot for lineup, and it's great the way it just lends itself to pull them out of the park and get them out onto Floyd Mayfield and start the parade then on Murfreesboro Road. And then it ends at City Hall, where there'll be a tree lighting ceremony. B&B last year, and I believe this year is signed on to do a small fireworks display at the end of it. The Laverne High School Choraleers came out and performed for us. We'll have a DJ there playing Christmas music. Maybe we do some sing-alongs and stuff. And again, it's just a nice community event. It's an opportunity, again, for civic organizations, businesses, whatnot, to enter the parade and just, be part of the community. But it's just one of those warm fuzzies, it's a good deal. Last year, we probably had 500 people crammed down the front of City Hall.
I think the number was probably even higher, but there was a lot of people there.
I tend to go conservative.
We are going to have Santa Claus again this year, right?
I'm sure Santa
We're gonna have
will
Santa
make his
Claus.
way there.
I didn't get to sit on Santa's lap, so I want to make sure he's there this year. I didn't get anything good last year, probably because I wasn't good. But I've been better this year. Do we know what time that's going to start?
The parade will start at 6, and typically the tree lighting is at 7 by the time the parade gets down here, and it depends how many entries we have. Last year we had just over 50. It took us about 40 minutes to get down Murfreesboro Road and get everybody situated in there. So it worked out. While we're waiting on the parade to finish, the Choraleers performed, and it was a great time.
It was a great kickoff to the holiday season, Christmas season. Anything else? All right.
How much does the laborer's position pay?
$10.27 plus benefits.
Thanks.
I see that I put something down here twice, so I guess we'll just scratch that one out. Guys, our next meeting will be October 15th, 6 o'clock here. It will be a workshop. We don't have another televised this year, or do we? Are we televising in November? Last year or would that be our last televised for the...
November will be our last televised.
Okay. All right, but next month will be a workshop. And we'll start with our comments, if there are any. Start with you, Miss Laura.
I've been flapping it all night. I thought you'd start down there. I, once again, want to thank everybody for coming out to all of the events that we've had this year. I'm very, very, very proud to be a part of this. This was something that we started from the very beginning when I joined this board of ideas everybody threw out there, and Jeff has made all of them happen for us and for the city, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of this, and I could not ask to be surrounded by any better people. We all seem to share the same great ideas, and the public seems to love it, so we must be doing something right.
Well, and thank you for the compliment, but it's without that group of 10 that I've got over there, guys and gals, it wouldn't happen. I mean, I appreciate the compliment.
I do try to tell them every time I see any of them, even at Kroger getting gas. Thank you very much. They do a wonderful job.
They sure do.
You have to bring YouTube up so you can show them Laura talking about all their great work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because I think we all agree. I don't think, I'm maybe out of line. I don't know if anybody realizes all the hours Laura's working. I watched Laura at Old Timers Day, and I thought, here I am socializing with everybody, and Laura's just working away.
I had my fair share of that. It's okay.
So I don't have anything new to say. I mean, you guys are doing really, really great work. Thank you.
Ms. Leanne?
I just want to say, so proud of the community for coming out to the events. I mean, obviously with the numbers that you guys are attracting with the 5,000 and 6,000 for the events, that's just great. So great job on putting the events together, and very good job in the community supporting them as well. So.
Well, again, I echo everything that everyone said, starting with Jeff, the department, those guys probably don't get the appreciation they truly deserve. They always are going. I mean, you could go to the ball fields at 7 in the morning sometimes, and they're out there, and as late at night as 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, they're at some of these, or even later, some of these festivals that we've had. So, but then it's everybody. Everybody's starting to seem to pitch in, and I think that's what's really making the success. Box 100, Rescue Squad, the Boy Scouts. There's been numerous people that's kicked in and helped, whether it be our cleanups or whatever. So it does feel like a community. It does make it worthwhile. We have some bumps and we're going up and down, but we're getting there, and that's the important thing. So thank you all. I mean, again, you hit the nail on the head. When we got together 2 years ago, we talked about making a change, making a difference, and I think we have. Or we've started laying the road for future boards and the department to do that. So thank you all, and just great job. Having said that, Jeff, you have anything?
No, again, I just appreciate the community support, the support of the mayor and aldermen for all these projects. And we continue. If you have ideas of things you'd like to see in the community, please don't hesitate to get on the Vergne website or call us. You know, we're open to just about anything as long as it's legal. We'll
and
consider
the Parks and
it.
Rec Facebook. People can go there if they got really great ideas that we haven't thought of yet.
Okay. Very good.
Well, having said that, we will adjourn. Thank you all.